YouTube, what the crap's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. The wrath of Sparta is what's going on. And I guess their wrath is building. And their wrath against Heir will certainly be mighty, since according to the faction vote that I set up on one of my Octavian videos, you all have selected for me to play as Athens in the Wrath of Sparta campaign. So there was actually quite a few votes in all. I think about 1,000 votes overall, which is pretty cool to see that people get involved. But hey, if you didn't want Athens and you didn't vote, you know, it's kind of like the American political system. We all like to whine about it, but then most of us don't go vote. So if it's one of those scenarios, then, you know, hey, nothing to say. But if you did vote and you didn't get what you want, you know, hey, sorry, you know, it won't be the end of the world. I promise I'll try and make this entertaining for everybody. So let me walk through a few things that are going to be a little different in this campaign. Number one, there's a new tech tree, and we'll take a look at it. It's supposed to have a little bit different flavor to it than the Grand Campaign. Number two, since all of the cultures are Greek, obviously you wouldn't have to like worry about public disorder due to culture, so they've added in what they call Greek tribalism. So I'm assuming that tribes are going to have certain affinity towards one side or another, and the tribes that have a different affinity are going to create what would have used to have been the cultural penalty, as opposed to you know, the fact that they're all Hellenic. They're just not exactly aligned with each other. And then the other interesting thing is probably similar to what happened in Caesar and Gaul. There's going to be like a Persian military escalation. So if your Greek tribe grows too powerful, Persia is probably going to show up in force, and I'm guessing that that's kind of to try and make the late game a little more challenging for any of these factions. So the same thing would happen on Caesar and Gaul, or at least something I'm guessing similar. I don't know because I haven't seen the Persian escalation yet. But the same thing would happen with Rome, where you'd start getting your business taken care of as one of the barbarian factions in Caesar and Gaul, and then boom, all of a sudden a bunch of Romans start marching north from Italy, and you got to deal with them. So this campaign, I'm going to put the game difficulty on very hard. I'm going to back the battle difficulty back down to normal, and some of you be like, Heir, you freaking pansy, how can you even play it on normal? Good grief. So it has more to do with just an entertainment value and personal preference. I don't mind putting the campaign on very hard, and you know, I played the Octavian campaign with all of it on very hard, and it's fine, I beat it, right? I just find it most enjoyable when the combat makes sense. So like militia hoplites don't beat down Spartan hoplites, that type of thing. Obviously, I understand that when you increase the difficulty, people can say, well, the AI is still easy to beat because they're not very smart. I agree with you. I'm not countermanding all that. I'm just saying that for the sake of filming it and my enjoyment, and I think for your enjoyment, as far as adding a nice flavor to it, that's the way I'm going to do it, why I do. If you're looking for someone to play it on the most challenging difficulties, then you probably picked the wrong channel. Though, absolutely, I'll challenge myself from time to time like I did in the Octavian campaign. So, anyway, let's get things kicked off with the Athens campaign. Ought to be interesting.
We are exposed to threats from across the Aegean, and our people will suffer. If the Corinthians want war, they should seek it alone.
You would see all of Greece under the heel of Athenai, cowering from them like chided slaves. We spilled blood at Potidea, but now we need allies. The might of Sparta will halt their ambition.
Your flattery is wasted. You know not what you ask.
All eyes look on Sparta, and this is what you would have them see. From birth, a Spartan is trained for one purpose. To do battle.
You are Pandora, clutching at a vessel you do not understand.
They dare think themselves your equal. None can match your skill. It is every Spartan's duty to embody the very nature of war. Strike now! I beg you!
You would plunge Greece into chaos!
Then from chaos, we will rise!
Very nice intro. That was actually the trailer they released today too, which actually I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought that was pretty sweet.
40 years have passed since our great victories over the Persians. It should have been the start of our golden age, but instead we squabble amongst ourselves. The Hellenic League, formed to take the fight to the invaders, did not last. Suspicious of the ambitions of Athena, Sparta and many other great city-states left. They were right to be suspicious. Athena has turned the league they formed into an empire under their control. It is now less a collection of independent cities and more a series of bases for their powerful navy. In the face of Athenian hegemony, Sparta has reformed the Peloponnesian League with Corinthus and the smaller Boeotian League of Cities. As these two powerful groups face off against each other, war is brewing. Let us not forget the Persians. Their empire still stands, and keeps a careful eye on developments in Greece to make sure that no single group becomes too powerful. Athena is already at war. Clashes with Corinthus have begun. In the west, the island of Corcyra has appealed to the Athenians for help against its colonial masters. A fleet has already been dispatched to help them. To the north, Olynthus has become a target. Far from its homeland, it is a target ripe for conquest. It is vital that Athena hold all of its cities and meet Spartan military might on land with its impressive navy. True dominance over all of Greece awaits the victor.
Alright, so our first objective is to completely control 8 provinces. Let's take a look at a few things before we get kicked in here. So let's look at the ultimate objectives. So if we go into the map here, wish you could show, nah, you can't show the ultimate objectives here. So let's just take a look at the map though. So here's what the map spans. Looks like from Crete in the south to the islands here in the Adriatic in the west. It does not include Sicily like some people had hoped. And you can see the Persian Empire here with its holdings, and then the Greek colonies there in Asia Minor. So it looks like as Athens, we hold quite a bit of territory to start off with, including some islands, island cities, bases, whatever you want to call them out here. So it looks like Rhodes, control of that. So interesting. So I don't know all the historical background behind this war. I'll try and read up on it a little bit, at least get the Cliff Notes version. I doubt that I'm going to be able to provide you with anything bigger or greater than that. Let's go into game settings, and we'll put that on normal. Yep. So now the battle difficulty set. So let's resume the game. All right. So first, let's just take a look at our. Let's take a look at a few other things. So we saw the ultimate objectives. So we need to be able to control. Man, I don't even remember how they pronounce it. Can someone tell me how they pronounce that? Boeotia, yeah, I don't know. Someone tell me how that's pronounced so that I can do it properly. Maybe like an English pronunciation. I don't speak Greek. I mean, if it translates straight from Greek to English, the same pronunciation, that's good too. But something that I'll actually be able to pronounce is what I'm saying. Like a Damon. So we got to control this province, which means Thebes, basically, Opos, Lamia, Delphi, which are all enemy controlled at the moment. And if we go back in there, Lacedaemon, which this should be the Lacedonia, I'm guessing, for maybe the word that I know it by. So Sparta, we have to control the Spartan homelands as well. So that'll be interesting. So there's the 4. Jeez, leave me alone. So text and audio suppress advice, thank you. All right, so yeah, we've got to control that, and then Ellis here. So looks like Ellis, Olympia, Petrai, and then this island out here that we already hold. All right, interesting. So we have very scattered holdings, almost kind of reminiscent of a Carthage campaign start where your holdings are scattered about. And then let's take a look at the new research, or the new technology trees. So we have military and civil still, and then under military we have army, navy, and support. And then under civil we have mathematics, aesthetics, and philosophy. So let's see what the initial grabs are if we go down either one of these trees. So if we go down army, Or I guess military, we'd have to start here, so it allows us to build a better barracks, which is probably not a bad plan. But let's see if we go here, +2 wealth, so we'd start on learning. Probably not a bad plan to get the barracks, because I'm guessing that the Spartans are going to have better military units than us, so it may not hurt for us to try and jump ahead in that respect. We've got 4,000 talents and 2,368 income. And then let's just kind of take a look at what we got here too. So we've got Socrates, the agent here. Don't know if it's the one that I'm familiar with from history, but, or I say familiar with, lightly familiar with. Poseidon's chosen, so we got a fleet there, and the, what's that, what is it? I can't remember what this body of water is called. Maybe it's like the, is it the, oh man, I want to say like, I can't remember. Is it Gulf of Corinth or something? I could be wrong. I'm going to be all kinds of off. I really don't know my classical Greek geography, so try and take it easy on me. So it looks like we have a fleet over by Halicarnassus. Looks like we have a lot of fleets, which that's probably going to be affecting our upkeep a good deal, but we use them probably fairly successfully to tie down a lot of enemies. At least I'm hoping we can. The Bite of the Basilisk. So Spears of Ares, Agamemnon's Pride, the 10,000, and the Children of Tyche. So we got all of our armies. Hey, it's Oreos. They must have the delicious cookies as their main export from that city. So, all right. Any case, I'll try and be more serious. So we have a lot of fleets. Just trying to think about maybe what a good strategy would be here. Let's take a look at the map from a diplomatic status. So all of my provinces are in the yellow there, and you can see enemy provinces basically all around us. And then let's take a look maybe at our income to see which are the most lucrative. Well, here's a public order deal. So we got low public order across all provinces, which is typical for a campaign start. Region wealth, so Athens is generating the most wealth, not surprisingly. So losing it would be the worst. And then as far as region growth, we've got a lot of growth going on in the north here, and a little bit out to sea, so interesting. Yeah, so I've never played this campaign. This is my first time to jump into it, so I'm not really sure exactly where I want to start. We've got a decent food supply to start with. We've obviously got a whole bunch of different ports. And let's see what some of our units look like here. So hoplites, picked hoplites, militia hoplites, light cavalry, type of units that I would expect from a start. What do we got here? Marines, cool. We got marine units, 42 attack, 40. Wow, those are some nice stats on those marines. I like it. So those naval units could be kind of handy. Let's see. So up here we know, let's just make sure that I get it right. So if we go back to diplomatic status, this is an ally, and they have asked for support, so we have a fleet. Here's Macedon and Epirus. So we probably don't want to get anything started with them at the moment. And this Aetolian League, or however that's pronounced, I wonder what, you know, they're neutral towards us. Let's take a look at them on the status screen here. So they are pretty much neutral with everybody, and if you take a look at mine, we're at war with Elis, Sparta, Corinthos, again I don't know how to pronounce that, Boeotian, yeah, Boeotian League, however it's said, and then Thrace. So we're with all of them, and our allies are going to be Corcyra, Byzantion, and Rhodes, and the Thessalian League. So Thessalian League's here to the north. So interesting. We got plenty of allies as well. So it looks like we're producing glass, wine, some valuable trading materials as well. Let's see if we can get a trade agreement struck up with these guys, just to try and maybe build a little bit of rapport with them.
Your proposal has merit for my people.
And then let's take a look around. So Argos, again, is looking pretty neutral, but they are affiliated to the... Okay, so here it is. So here's the Ionian affiliation, I guess, and these guys are Dorian. Let's take a look at the Aetolian League. They are Aeolian, I guess, if I'm saying it right. So they're going to be probably slightly less inclined to hate me immediately, I'm guessing, because I'm guessing that the Dorian tribes are going to be tribal mindset, I should say. They're not tribes. Are going to be a little more angry towards me. And of course, these guys, other Greek, the Epirotes. they're not at war with anybody right now either,
I am
so
honored
perhaps
to
another good
receive
idea
this
to see if we
embassy,
can trade with them.
and we'll listen.
Just to see if we can
Excellent.
take advantage of that. Let's take a look at Macedon as well. And Macedonian. Sweet. So let's
I am here
see
to listen.
if they
If
want
you
to
speak
trade.
honestly. Truth will be your sharpest weapon.
Yes, they do as well. So we can build up quite a bit of trade here.
Bring joy to my heart.
And let's see, we might as well be trading with our own people here as
I
well.
am eager to hear your embassy. We Greeks
And
are a real.
see who else is on here. Melos. They are Dorian. Not sure if they would be interested in trading with us. And then you got the Persians. Don't know how well it would make other Greek factions like me if I was trading with the Persians, but
Do not
might
wander
be
in
interesting
like
to
a
try.
desert beggar.
Nope.
If you have something to say it like a civilized man.
Hey, how about you shut up? Might have to steal something from 300 and kind of, this is Sparta, that guy. I guess in this case it'd be Athens, of course, but
this embassy, and we'll listen with
yeah,
interest.
look, they want to trade with me as well. May not hurt
Now
to
we can drink and
just kind of bring in as much income as I can. Again, Argos is Dorian, but rather neutral at the moment.
greetings, my friend.
We'll try it.
You have my ear for
Sure enough, check it out. So we've actually got
Excellent.
trade agreements with
We accept.
pretty much
I give
everybody we
thanks to-
can. The Persian Empire wants no piece of it, understandably so. Probably still a little bit upset about that past war, you know, just a bit. So there's a Corinthian city here, and Anactorio, or however you say it. I'm going to mispronounce a lot of this stuff, so I apologize up front. Let's see. Corinthos. So I have my own fleet sailing here towards Corinth. It's a little bit out of position, though, as far as its safety, I think. As it's not a very good fleet. We may want to double time it. Wow, our income just went way up because of all those trade agreements. That's really nice. Let's maybe get that fleet back to port where we can provide some assistance. I almost wonder, you know, like how strong this little settlement will be. And as far as our nearest settlement to that, too, let's get back up on the map. So it's going to be clear down here. So this fleet's was dispatched to help these guys because they've asked for help. So I may want to just kind of position this fleet here to keep an eye on anything that Corinth might be trying to put to sea. And let's see, we got those guys. Let's just take a look to see what else we have going on, if anything. Let's get in here and find our other fleets. Might just put to port here to help the public order a little. This fleet would probably be more useful up here, where we could potentially raid against the I'm going to call them the Boeotian League for now. I don't know what they are. So I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. I truly do. So Corinth itself is not far from my starting position, and taking it might be a nice initial blow, but we've also got Thebes just to our north. Which could potentially threaten us. Got some troops here at Colchis. And let's see. What can I train out of this? Just hoplites and archers. But hey, that's not a bad way to go. What we may want to do is go ahead and get some of these troops trained so that we have a more proper army. Definitely thinking the archers will be handy. Why is it two turns? Is someone else training that I'm not seeing? Or is it just take... Oh, the turns represent a shorter period of time, so it probably actually takes 2 turns to recruit some of these units. That would be my guess. I forgot that when we're in here, it's probably going to take more turns to recruit units. Let's garrison the city here. And then let's take a look at some of our other forces. So they are garrisoned. We're garrisoned there. So Agamemnon's spears. Let's see where. Amphipolis. So we're also at war with Thrace. Depends on whether a threat. So this walled city can probably protect itself slightly better than the unwalled areas. Let's see. What is this? Herding grounds +2 food, and then the storage pit gives us +4 food. let's see what these building trees do. So again, I'm gonna have to spend quite a bit of time in this first episode, I think, just doing some exploring so I understand what the purpose of these buildings are. So this one looks like it's minimal food but large amounts of wealth for the herding grounds, and then it looks like the storage pit route then takes us into the ones that are going to give us more food, I'm guessing. Yeah, so let's see, 4 food. Yes, go to that one please. 5 food, yeah, and so forth. Plus you get army replenishment rates from that, which is handy. So that makes sense. So if I want more food plus the army replenishment rate, we go this route. If you want more wealth, then you need to go the other route, it looks like. So for now, let's go ahead and build up the food a little. And let's just see if this building chain does what I want it to as well. It does, so I'm wanting to build this gymnasia because it won't take food and it'll help boost public order up here. That should be the route I wish to take at the moment. That jeweler ought to be delivering some decent wealth. And we are already out of money, so very quickly out of money due to the recruiting needs, and we're going to have to spend the next couple of turns just making sure that we don't do anything stupid or lose anything, which we very well might. Again, this is going to be new to me, so we'll see how I do, and I do have the campaign difficulty on very hard, so the AI will have access to some nice advantages, I think, but it looks like public order in general is not real good right now, and it looks like it's only on the uptick. And at Attica, little Heir just woke up from a nap, looking pretty cute. So yeah, let's just get things started here and go ahead and end the turn. Just see what. Oh, I can issue an edict. It's a nice call. Actually, we should go in here and kind of see what the balance O power looks like right now. So we can issue 2 edicts. Actually, I don't know if I have 2 completely controlled provinces, but we will see. I think for now, I'm going to drop a tax harvesting edict at Attica. And let's see if I control entirely any other provinces. We do, right here as well. And Attica is definitely my highest income. The next highest would be Thrace. So it might not be a bad idea to drop that one there. It's only slightly better than Euboea, or however you pronounce that one. So, but the public order up here is not as good. So I may go ahead and put a bread and games edict up here to just try and stabilize it, and then we can switch it at a later point. So let's try that. Just using my best guesses here, folks. Again, I'm not familiar with this campaign, and I could totally get blown out here. I have no idea what I'm up against. And if I get blown out, we'll just learn from it, start up again, and do it right. So I've managed to not get blown out on any of these so far.
As all the gods look down on us, they too must wonder why we are.
I'll definitely take your money.
The portents
also acceptable. So the perils of hegemony. War dictates that unnatural allies fight together, and that drastic measures are taken to defeat a common enemy. However, the Greek world does not look kindly upon expansionism. The capture of capital cities, Athenai, Thebes, Corinth, and Sparta, will cause severe diplomatic penalties. Instead, aim to erode enemy influence by striking at their smaller possessions. Good to know. I did not know that, and I was considering a quick assault on Corinth. Interesting. Definitely good to know. So Thebes and Corinth are quite close, but we may want to hit their ports and do some other raiding first, I guess, assuming that what they're telling me is correct there, which I guess I don't know entirely. So let's finish getting our fleets into port. This will help slow the decay of public order. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, there is some defense here. A pretty sturdy defense. But we could at least kind of hem these guys in at the moment with that fleet. And then as far as what we could build here, let's see. Some public order would be nice. Probably wouldn't hurt to kind of get my economy going with some more. Let's see, so public order, we can get a civil settlement still and grow public order, so that would be handy. But let's again try and just check and kind of see how we can best expand things. And we'll have our Holosoteros barracks, and then I'll probably switch over to a civil tree at that point, just in order to try and We'll wait to upgrade stuff in Attica because it's in better shape in general. Up here we have quite a struggle with public order at the moment, as opposed to Thrace, which could probably be stabilized slightly easier. +8 public order from the shrine. So 3 turns there to get the 8 public order. Here we have less options. We might want to drop a shrine here. I know that that's going to end up wasting a turn. We can probably do a lot more good with the shrine there. -2 public order. I really don't want to get rid of the jeweler, but it is giving me some unfortunate penalties to public order. All of these provinces right now struggling with public order, it would appear. Okay, it's probably just going to take a little time and investment here to get them built up. Let's go into our provinces real quick. This looks like public order in Attica is stabilizing, and it's coming up in Euboea. It's going down everywhere else, so that is going to be challenging. So as far as Sestos, I wonder what chances I have of turning this around in some of these. So it looks like contributing factors are cultural differences, and taxes, and then faction. Probably just a penalty that gets applied to us as a faction. So let's see here. LS, some of these are going to be very difficult to turn around, I'm guessing, if they can be turned around at all. So we might lose some of our surrounding provinces, but it looks like we're wealthy enough that we can maintain for the most part. So yeah, this one's going to be almost impossible to maintain as well, this small base out here. So I'm worried about spending money here at the moment because I don't know that I can stabilize it. So honestly, I'm thinking about ignoring these little bases that will probably mean less in the long run and trying to focus on these more profitable, larger provinces. That's going to be my guess. This one here is going to need a lot of help. And this one might stabilize a little better after 3 turns. Essentially, though, I'm going to need more boost to public order. It's going to be interesting. We'll have to check our... what was I thinking there? Research to see if there's anything that can help us there. Sorry, getting a little bit... Armored Marines. That sounds pretty sweet, I'm not going to lie, but it gives a public boost to public... to Squalor due to public order penalties, which is kind of crappy. That is going to be hard to counter, it looks like. If we get into the technology trees, yeah, there's probably something we can do to help level it out a little. I do have a little money left, and I guess I'm honestly just not quite sure what I want to do with it here at the moment. Could build better shipwrights, and it looks like that's the... I wonder if it's the only buildings I can build at a port. Yeah. Building chain for Athens, and this is for the other guys. So looks like fish market is level 4, and then mega slay mine. Okay. So it's only a one chain run there, so there's nothing I could switch it to that would be more favorable at the moment. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of doing a lot of thinking here, folks. I'm just trying to get that figured out. This one does give a boost to public order. Decent little boost, actually. Plus, it should give me more wine for trade. Let's go ahead and do that. So between these two, it might help get rid of that public order penalty. Let's go ahead and end the turn here and just, again, kind of see what happens. I'm going to be a little bit explorative here. So it looks like these guys actually have 2 real fleets. I don't know how much better, if any better, my Athenian ships are. These transport ships, I think, could be easily killed. But fleet-wise, Corinth does outnumber me here, and I'm not sure how smart it is for me to stand my ground there. So, dang it, my fleet's going to go all the way out there too, or it'll probably suffer attrition. And it looks like Corinth is starting to move against me in a couple of spots, so we need to counter. And again, we'll just probably have to sacrifice some of the smaller...
Give careful thought to this offer. My people expect acceptance, and if Athena helps you, they may have it.
I don't know why you need military access, to be honest. So we finished citizen conscription. It says, the sun beats down on the glittering flanks of your armies. Parched at dust below. The season is sacred to Ares, god of war, so it must be appeased. Food and silver is plentiful, and your forces' ranks can be replenished almost as fast as they are depleted. Your men shake the hoary frost of spring for their beards. Okay, so I guess it's now summer, so it's going to probably change things a little bit as far as maybe campaign effects. Now, I saw a Corinthian fleet sailing towards one of our ports, which was a bit troublesome. Not quite sure where it was. Yeah, right here. So I would say that this settlement is definitely in potential trouble here with that Corinthian fleet on the way. Though we are already in road double. Or like double time, whatever it's called, so I don't know that I could reach this settlement in time. As far as what they have to defend themselves, I'd get 2 Athena triaries with marines and 2 archer trias ships, which would mean I would nearly match them, so I might be able to defend myself. But we could potentially go raiding on these Corinthian ports as well. It may not hurt. I mean, even if I lose these settlements to public order, it may not hurt to go ahead and have a little more fleet, and then that way I can try and be more aggressive with them. I honestly have no idea how I should handle this at the moment. And I don't even know that trying to do anything in this province is going to be worth it either. Again, public order penalties mounting quickly. So let's go into the civil research, get started there, and then just see what we can do from that point. Hopefully we can slow down the loss of public order up here. I mean, we are bleeding quickly in this province, and I don't know what else to do other than maybe try and raise a general to help hold it. But I mean, I already have an army here, and I don't want to waste a bunch of money on that. Let's see. Let's take this fleet out of Rohard. And what can we train here? More marines, which, man, these marines seem like decent little units.
We need more ships.
Train in a couple of more units there into that fleet, and we'll see if we can maybe go do some raiding on the Boeotian League. I don't want to attack Argos, and I don't necessarily know that we can just march straight through enemy territory with such a feeble army, to be honest.
Commander, ready for orders.
Let's see. Might not hurt to have a little more light cavalry.
It's a good life.
And some archers, and I think I'm going to get rid of those javelin men and try and train in more archers instead. There we go. See if we can make that army a little more stable. And again, I have money that I can spend. Let's see where the best spend will be. So again, we have 2 provinces that are definitely going to be stable, and to be honest, that's where the vast majority of my income is coming from. And then Thrace I'm trying to stabilize as well. So I think spend on these 3 provinces should overrule basically everything else at the moment. Just looking at it from a pure income standpoint. Wow, the Persians are rolling in it in that province. Good grief. Argolis. And Corinth has some very nice income there as well. So, interesting to know. We might be able to use these forces once completed to go down here and do some raiding and see if we can goad Corinth out into open combat, and then perhaps wreck their ability to be economically productive for a little while as well. Are these guys... yeah, they're still within reinforcement range. So they would still get reinforced by enemy fleets. So let's... if I were to hire a couple of mercenaries, though, and then just ditch them, there's no mercenaries available. That is unfortunate. Let's go down here and see if we can raid their port, give them a little grief. Or if we, honestly, we could probably just abandon this small outpost here. Let's take these guys out of Rohard. Maybe recruit a couple of ships real quick. And then get these two fleets together. We could probably cause some trouble for... Corinth. This episode's a little bit longer than I was hoping for the first one, but that's okay. I want to actually get some fighting in, and it looks like we will here. So Corinth is going to come attack me. Let's see some of my garrison army. I do have a fleet. They have a picked hoplite, and I'm not sure how I would deal with that picked hoplite other than these archers. They have some mercenary Cretans as well. And yeah, I can't really tell where they're attacking. I'm not familiar with the city name. Let's go ahead and fight and just see if we can somehow pull something amazing off. I doubt it, but it's always worth a shot. Those picked hoplites are going to be extraordinarily difficult to deal with. But if we're able to get the enemy into a proper bottleneck, maybe we can pull off some type of amazing victory. But again, I'm not holding my breath. And these marine units are only half size, so although they are quite capable, they are limited in their scope. See, so Corinth is going to attack. We would certainly want to avoid the pick hoplites. I wonder...
General!
And all I have is militia hoplites. And these javelin men would be great. I'm going to want to save them for late game, probably. And throw into the rear of maybe picked hoplites. Would be my guess. Aw, man, can I not? Seriously? Can't bring these guys ashore all the way over here. That sucks. Well, yeah, that just sucks. That's weird. The archers have the melee symbol over their, maybe it's because it's a ship built for ramming or something. So it looks like the two enemy forces are going to join together. So I have a few things that could potentially work to my favor. One, these are just militia hoplites. If we're able to kill the picked hoplites with their skirmishers, that should impact the morale of these units, I would think. Militia hoplites are not disciplined, apparently. And I would assume that their javelin men are not either.
Militia!
Of course, mine are not either. And my marines are not disciplined. Interesting. Let's pull all my units together. The enemy is no doubt going to go for the town center, and standing in their way would probably be suicide.
Militia!
However, if I let them capture the town center, I might be able to use that to my advantage. Because a lot of times AI is pretty happy to just sit there in the town center, and I might be able to shoot them to death. Which would kind of be option 2. Archer Marines, cool.
Archers!
So let's bring these Archer Marines up here.
Advance at speed!
Everybody off fire at will and skirmish, please. And my Marines do not have javelins, unfortunately, like the Marines of RDI, the Illyrian Marines that we were previously familiar with. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Again, I don't know how this initial skirmish is going to go. I expect I'll lose. But again, if the AI does poorly with its troops, I might be able to gain some victory. We're going to definitely need to be careful of their javelin men, as they could cause me a great deal of harm.
General!
Just pull back. And I really, really need to save my javelin men for late game. Very much need to save mine for late game. And we would want to focus our archer fire on the picked hoplite general. If we can kill the picked hoplite general, we might have a chance. My marines seem to be substantially better than the militia hoplites, though numbers can only do so much, I think, here. Okay, I have javelin men moving towards me. This is not what I want, because I don't want to have to expend archer ammo on javelin men, so I'm going to pull back. I think getting shots on the picked hoplite general is going to be difficult. Capture point. Okay. So currently the AI is kind of sitting there. Let's see where they're going to place their picked hoplites. Unfortunately, I'd be firing into their shielded flank from the angle that I have, which would not be a smart choice for my archers. So there's not much I can do about that. If we kind of get this angle from over here, though, we might be able to kind of get into their rear. And again, the AI is usually somewhat unresponsive in their actions here, so let's see if we can maybe get up into this position. We would technically be getting rear shots on the picked hoplites, because the AI is very content to camp on the town. Okay, that's going to provoke them, I think. Yes, usually getting within a certain distance will provoke them. We'll see. Need to keep a very close eye on their javelins. We cannot allow them to kill my archers. Any archer that dies is going to be lost ammo for me. Hopefully the AI will just stand here and take this. Hopefully for me. Some of you are probably hoping that they don't. No damage yet to the picked hoplites, not unexpected. It's going to take a considerable amount of ammo to really finish them off. If I'm able to finish them off. Yeah, and I am firing into their shielded flank still, technically. I mean, I'm kind of getting into the rear of them. But I think it's still counting on their shielded flank. And if I get any closer, I think I'm going to provoke the enemy to come chasing me. Finally killed a single hoplite of the picked hoplites. So let's just fast forward and see. If this doesn't work, then I don't have any other options. We are now starting to kill quite a few. I say quite a few, not nearly enough. We're almost halfway through our ammo too. But the HP damage is done at this point, so the picked hoplites ought to be dropping a little quicker. I just don't know that I have enough ammunition to get this job done here. This was my worry indeed. Because the enemy javelin men are still going to be able to rain down. Whoa, whoa, wait, whoa. So the picked hoplites changed their position. Yeah, this is pretty much hopeless. I think we're going to have to just... go for it. Get into combat. I'm going to try and be a little more aggressive by going out of formation attack. This is definitely going to get my men killed. So let's see if I can get their javelin men off my backs. Yeah, there's really no hope here. I don't have enough ammo to get the job done. The AI hopelessly outmatches me here as far as numbers. I'm gonna go out of formation attack, see if that maybe can help me at all. Just see if we can kill a few of their javelin men. The more of them they kill, the less javelins they have to throw at me, so that could potentially be helpful. Looks like the enemy general is going to try and move into this vicinity. My archers are out of ammo, unfortunately. And I'm going to start hurling all my javelins at the picked hoplites. A lot of good it'll do me because, unfortunately, I think I'm just hopelessly outnumbered in this fight. My marines are very capable, it looks like, but they're just few in number. And my javelin men should be able to do some pretty nice damage, but it's probably not going to be enough. Let's see if we can sneak past the edge of this militia hoplite. Doesn't look like we'll be able to. We might be able to sneak behind him over here, though. Try and get some sneaking in. Yeah, the javelin damage is going to be minimal on the enemy picked hoplite, unfortunately. And my marines are trying, but I don't see how that's going to end up being successful. And I don't really know that I'm going to be able to sneak behind these units either. And even if I do, it's looking quite likely that the AI is going to just chase me down with one of their other units. All I really want is an attack from behind penalty, which I can't really get to see how the AI's unit is sticking out into me here. Yeah, it's not going to work, because they're going to intercept me with whatever units they can. I might be able to get behind them here. We'll see. Again, all of this is somewhat fruitless, but I'll do what I can. Might as well kill as many of the Corinthians as I can.
The men are wavering.
If we're not going to succeed, cause as much trouble as possible. There we'll get the attack from the rear penalty, but I doubt that it'll be enough to cause any type of rout amongst the enemy troops. Enemy general took considerable damage to my javelin men, but again, it's not going to be enough to get the job done. So I'm going to have to fast forward to the inevitable here. We're going to lose our first skirmish with Corinth. I guess whatever, it'll maybe give them a little ill-founded hope in their ability to keep up with me. So we'll see.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful.
Lost a marine unit. Their javelin men are here. Yeah, so there's really not any hope for
Our
me
men
here.
flee the field of battle.
We did beat down one of their militia hoplites. Woo! Let's go into Hoplite Phalanx here and again just do what damage we can. See if we can get around these guys a little bit here and attack them in the rear. The enemy javelin men are still have ammo in the back though, so it's gonna be very damaging. Again, we'll just kill what we can. They'll be able to retrain it though, unfortunately. So got the fast forward on, so not a ton of kills out of any of these units because none of them are really elite.
Field of battle. This is a shameful.
Unfortunate, but we pretty much saw that end coming. But hey, we killed 500 Corinthians in the process, and I'd say that was success. Those Cretan archers ripped me a new one there, as expected. And that's going to be all the time I have for this episode. We're gonna end episode 1 with a bit of sour taste in our mouth and be looking for some revenge, so it ought to be fun. I will see you back on the next episode soon. Heir of Carthage, signing out for now. I guess I'll wait till the end of this turn. Okay, Thrace wants a peace treaty, and I am totally okay with this because I don't need to be at war with anybody else at the moment. And I will see you all next time.